nothing I've ever seen.
Lake Louise was this color, except it was gold.
After spending a week on beautiful, secluded Eleuthera, it was time to move on. So we packed up Oscar for the quick flight over to Exuma with a short stop at an island called Staniel Cay on the way for lunch. Join us as we share the 2 scenic flights on the way down to Great Exuma. After about an hour to sort out the paperwork and the parking fees for our stay on Eleuthera, we finally got underway around mid-morning. Sadly, my voice recorder didn't work during the flight from Eleuthera to Staniel Cay, so you'll have to make do with my voiceover. I should put the GoPros and voice recorders right into my checklist because I do forget to start at least one thing pretty often. The flight to Staniel Cay is a short one, at just under an hour for Oscar, but it took us over some spectacular scenery. We started by flying down along the coast of Eleuthera all the way to the southern tip, and then we turned west over open water for the short crossing to the Exuma Keys. I'm not sure what these formations under the water are, but they look like rolling sand dunes in a desert. It's really cool to see, and the footage does not do it justice. Norman Cay is a tiny but infamous island towards the northern end of the Exuma Keys. In the late 70s and early 80s, it served as a base of operations for the Medellin cartel's drug smuggling operations. Small planes would be loaded up with cocaine in Colombia and stop here to refuel on the way to the US. There's a famous wreck of an old C-46 that crashed just off the end of the runway into shallow water. It wasn't one of the drug smuggling planes, but it was connected to the cartel. Now it's become a popular snorkeling destination for tourists. I'll put a link to a site with more info on the wreck in the description for anyone who's interested about it. There are 365 islands in the Exuma chain, and most of them are tiny, barely a kilometer or 2 long, and many of those are privately owned. There are landing strips everywhere, but many of them are somewhat run down or outright abandoned. Others are restricted, with many requiring prior permission to land, and some just being completely off limits. Halfway down the Keys lie the most popular islands of Staniel Cay, Pig Cay, and Guana Cay. We decided to stop at Staniel Cay on the way to Great Exuma, partly to check it out and grab some lunch, and partly to wait out the low clouds that were blanketing Great Exuma itself. Staniel Cay is about a mile wide and 2 miles long, and the airport's about a 15-minute walk to any point on the island. It's a well-used airport, being a very popular destination for day trippers and tourists looking for an excursion to Pig Bay Beach and the Thunderball Grotto. On the west side is the well-known yacht club with one of only 2 restaurants on the island, and we headed there to grab a bite to eat. After a good lunch, we headed back to the airport for the short flight down to Great Exuma, once again knowing we'd have to dodge some low clouds along the way. Staniel Cay traffic, Beach 24, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, taking runway 15, backtracking for departure to the south. Staniel Cay traffic, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, taking off runway 15. Staniel Cay traffic, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, up and clear of the airport.
Are your doohickey keys on?
Yep.
Otherwise known as video cameras. Anywhere that there's a bit of a harbor, look at all the boats and...
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the thing to do here, seems like.
Pretty chill lifestyle, and I guess if you're living on your board, on your boat.
Oh.
Look at that home over there.
Whoa, it's like a little castle.
Yes.
Kind of bizarre. Clouds look like they're kind of on this side of land.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's try to get over there. Onto there.
Are you gonna go over, under, or through?
Under. Under/through. Not through, but between.
Mars traffic, Navo is 25 northwest inbound, Mars 5000 descending.
Nice short flight, 17 more minutes to go.
I know, which is good, because I think with the food and the heat,
Yeah.
kind of like siesta time.
So this airport this field is not on the map. That's not Ruddercut Key. That's Cave Key.
Which key? Cave?
Cave. So that must be a private resort down there. And they built their own little strip.
So many beaches.
Yep. But a lot of these islands look uninhabited. Oh, this one's not. That's got a resort.
Unicon, November 1, Charlie Hotel, 2 miles, final, runway 21.
Which one is this?
This is Bach Key.
Which is the one owned by David Copperfield?
I don't remember anymore. Might have been Ruddercut. The one we passed way back when.
Clouds are looking a bit low.
Nope. There's a plane right behind us at the same altitude. 5 miles behind us.
His intention or hers to land in Exuma as well?
Don't know, they're not on the radio. Or they're on a different one.
That's the town?
No, Georgetown South.
November 2715 Tango is on 10 mile off. Modified left base for 1
1 Charlie Tango, Roger 190 at 8 knots. Break Charlie Fox Whiskey, say distance.
I'm currently 5 miles from the airport, just about to join modified left downwind, or downwind for left for 12.
Say point of departure.
Staniel Cay.
Roger, and you have traffic reported 10 miles inbound for 1-2.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Fox, Whiskey on 3 mile final runway 12.
190 at 8 knots.
And, you say a 3 mile final?
Affirmative.
Still looking for you. I'm a 6 mile final at this time.
He had gone 4 miles to my 2, and with 3 miles to go, it was pretty clear that he was going to be catching up to me just as we got to the runway. But he didn't seem overly concerned about it, which kind of surprised me.
15 Tango, 3 mile final for 1-2.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Fox, Whiskey, I'm currently half a mile final. I was a bit nervous at this point, thinking he was going to be bumping into me from behind, but it turned out alright. He must have slowed down a fair bit on final.
Just an 1.5 mile final.
Still, by the time I turned onto the taxiway, he was already sitting on the runway. I guess they're a bit more relaxed about these things in the Out Islands. Most importantly, we'd made it to Great Exuma. We were going to spend a week here at an Airbnb right in the heart of Georgetown. That's it for today. Join us next time as we share some of the fun things to do on Exuma, like the gorgeous beaches, secluded restaurants hidden away around the island, the great snorkeling, and tons more. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. See you soon, and in the meantime, fly safe.